Lately, my father's health has been getting worse and worse. I'm really worried.
I know, your father is getting old. But Michelle, I have something important to tell you.
What is it?
Well, you're the only daughter. If something were to happen to your father, what would happen to your inheritance?
Inheritance? I can't believe we're talking about this now. My father is still alive.
No, that's why. You'd better ask him now, right? Inheritance stuff often becomes a problem later on.
But I don't want to think about that, not when I'm so preoccupied with my father.
I'm worried about your father too, but the reality is, what if something happens to him? Are you going to take it all on yourself?
That's...
If you don't know what your father is going to leave behind, how can you be prepared? I'm saying this for your own good, okay?
Maybe so, but it's too early to talk about this.
You're the one who's going to have trouble later if you talk like that. You don't want to have difficulty over an inheritance when you're busy with funerals and stuff, do you?
That's true, but...
I'll help you with it, and we'll talk it over. It'll make you feel better, okay?
Yeah, okay. I'll talk to my dad.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm sure your father will be relieved to know that we're prepared.
But I don't know if this is the right time.
Don't worry about the timing. What's important is that you're protected.
Yeah, you're right. But I don't know if my father would want to hear that.
I'll go with you, don't worry. I'm sure your father wants to make sure you have a secure future.
I understand that, but my father is stubborn, and I think he's resistant to talk about these things.
I know he's stubborn, but it's what you need to do. Your father will understand.
Well, let's hope so.
And there's one more thing I need to talk about.
What?
The funeral arrangements and procedures in case of an emergency. It's not easy for you to do it all by yourself, is it? I'll support you. I'll help you think about it.
Yeah, well, but it's really hard for me to talk about this.
I know it's hard, but you can't solve the problem by hiding away from reality. I'm sure your father will be relieved to know that you've made all the proper preparations.
I hope so.
Don't worry, I'm here for you. I'll do my best for you.
Thank you, Jack, but I really don't know if I'll have the courage to talk to my father.
You have to be brave and take the first step. You need to do this for your own good.
Yeah, okay, I'll try.
Okay, that's it. I'm sure your father will understand. That was a lot sooner than I thought it would be. Did my luck start to change?
What? What do you mean?
Well, I'm just saying it's time for me to take charge of your future.
What? I don't know what that means.
Well, you'll get it when you hear what I have to say.
What do you have to say?
Michelle, what I'm about to tell you is a big decision, so listen carefully.
Jack? I left my father's funeral just a few hours ago, and I haven't had a chance to process my feelings. Can't you wait a little longer to talk about the heavy stuff?
It's only now that the funeral is over that I can say it.
What is it?
The inheritance that you're going to get from your father will be managed by me from now on.
Okay. Jack, I appreciate all the help you gave me during the funeral, but can you please leave the inheritance stuff alone?
Huh?
Besides, my inheritance is none of your business, is it? I don't understand the nerve of you bringing this up right now.
I will manage all the inheritance you get from your father.
Huh?
Don't forget that we don't have any children, so you can divorce me quickly and easily, okay?
I was wondering what you were going to say.
If you don't like it, divorce, get out.
I see. So this is what my father was talking about.
What are you talking about?
We can talk about the inheritance after the wake. I'm tired now and I want to talk about it later.
Okay, I see what you mean. Well, okay. I know it's not something you can handle on your own at the moment. I have no choice but to wait and see. But you're going to have to think about what you can do to avoid getting divorced by me, and you're going to have to make a decision.
Okay. But I really don't think this is the right time to talk about this.
Don't worry about the timing. What's important is that you think about our future.
But I don't feel comfortable talking about it with my father in mind.
I understand how you feel, but we have to be realistic, for both of us.
I understand. But how are you going to manage my father's money?
Don't worry about that. I'll make all the plans, and you can rest assured that I'll take care of everything.
But I don't want my opinion to be ignored if you manage it.
I respect your opinion. It's just that I'll be the judge of the whole thing.
Your judgment isn't always the right one.
Trust me. I'm sure your father would be relieved to know that I'm in charge.
You can't keep bringing up my father who's already gone. You should be very careful how you spend the inheritance now, right?
That's why I'm managing it. You can't do it alone, can you?
But I want to spend my father's inheritance the way I think I should.
You're being naive. Let's face it. I'm in charge and everything will be fine.
Okay, but can we talk about this later? I'm really tired right now.
All right, but don't forget what I said. Think about it, okay?
I'll think about what I'm going to do now, and I'll think carefully.
Yeah, that's right. If you get it right, everything's gonna be fine.
Hello, Carla. I'm sorry to bother you, but is it okay to chat? Yes, it's okay. Thank you for all your help with my father's funeral the last 2 days. No problem. I learned a lot from your father as one of his secretaries. I'm glad we were able to see him off nicely. I'm sure my father would be happy to hear that. Thank you very much. It was an honor for me to be able to help him. I will take care of everything from now on. I'm already indebted to you, but thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm sorry if I'm getting ahead of myself. Are you talking about your husband? Yes. Is it a good time to ask? Yes, just as your father said. It was right that I made the first move. Really? By the way, I heard that the information brought to him by you was the deciding factor. Thank you very much. It was just something I happened to witness, but I'm glad I was able to be of help. So, about the future. Yes? I'll be in the office tomorrow afternoon, so I'd like to discuss it in more detail. I understand. I'll notify all the parties concerned. Thank you very much. Michelle, please don't worry about your future. All of us will support you. I'm a little relieved to hear that, but I'm not at ease because of Jack. Did Jack say anything to you? Yes, he said he's going to manage the estate himself, and he's trying to force me to do it. That was to be expected, but don't worry, Michelle, you have my firm support. I really appreciate it, and we'll talk more about it tomorrow. Hey, you haven't come home once since the funeral. Where are you and what are you doing?
Well, you know, I told you I'd divorce you if you didn't leave me in charge of the estate. In the meantime, I thought it'd be nice to leave you on your own for a while. You know, once you've had a taste of what it's like to be without me, it'll be easier for you to understand how a divorce affects you. It'll make it easier for you to make the right decision.
Is that why? By the way, where are you now?
At my parents' house.
I already checked with your parents. They said you weren't there.
What?
You went to work, right?
Well, it's not like I'm sick.
That's fine, but...
What?
Think about what's happening.
What?
Don't come crying to me later.
Of course not. What in the world are you talking about?
Thank you for today, Carla. No problem at all. I'm glad we didn't have any difficulties. We're finally starting in earnest. Once again, congratulations on your appointment as CEO. Thank you very much. For the time being, I'll be relying mainly on the support of the chairman, who was also the previous CEO, and of course on you, who has become my secretary. I look forward to working with you as well. Well then, let's start with cleaning up around here, shall we?
Hey, Michelle, you did this, didn't you? I know it's you, right? Answer me. What did you do to my company?
What is it? I'm busy and you're bothering me.
What did you do to my company?
How am I supposed to know about your company?
I was told by upper management that Eklund's business dealings have been totally cancelled. They even told me that I, as the person in charge, was responsible for that. That company is the largest in the industry with 1,000 employees, and they're our most important business partner, accounting for a large percentage of our sales. What's more, what do you mean you're the new CEO of Eklund, which makes $50 billion a year in sales? I didn't hear anything. What the hell is going on? What is happening? Explain it. If you don't, I'll seriously start talking about divorce.
Yes, divorce is fine. I'd rather ask for a divorce from you.
Huh?
If you could realize that what you were doing was exposed, you would understand immediately, wouldn't you?
What on earth are you talking about?
Well, I guess. Before that, do I need to explain why I became the CEO of Eklon?
Yes, that's right. I know your father was the previous CEO of Eklon, but you are not an employee of Eklon, are you? Why are you following in your father's footsteps? We never talked about that, did we? What's going on?
There seems to be a misunderstanding, so let me explain that first. I didn't become the next CEO simply because I am the daughter of the previous CEO.
What do you mean?
6 years ago, during my father's time, the company was in the red for 4 consecutive years. At that time, I was asked to consult as a management consultant, and I was able to recover the company's performance. Thankfully, many people have been impressed with my skills and have suggested that I become the next CEO. With the understanding of the board of directors and shareholders, I was unanimously elected. I have to live up to the expectations of our employees and shareholders.
Why didn't you tell me about this beforehand?
We were still in the process of making an official announcement.
No, but...
In the first place, I'm not going to tell every single thing to the person I've been thinking about divorcing for the past 6 months.
What, since 6 months ago?
With my father's sudden death and my appointment as CEO, it hasn't been easy to move forward. I'll be relentless from now on, so just keep that in mind.
Wait a minute, Michelle. Hey, Michelle, now you're sending me mail from your lawyer? What are you thinking? Why am I being sued for emotional damages? And what about my inheritance from your father?
You don't have the right to that in the first place.
You want a divorce.
I told you I want a divorce. That's why I mailed you.
Why?
I know everything. Even if I say that, do you still not have any idea?
What do you mean by that?
You haven't come home, and I can tell you where you're living right now.
You don't have to tell me. I'm not having an affair.
Are you still trying to keep it quiet? Don't be silly. You're living with her, aren't you? I already know. I mean, you should know that because you read the mail from my lawyer, right?
Huh?
I know you're always busy, but you should at least read the letter. You're being too cocky.
Michelle, why aren't you answering my calls?
Oh, because you're no longer of any use to me. So what is it? I'm busy.
I got fired from my job. You did something else, didn't you?
Fired? That's your own problem, isn't it? I had nothing to do with this.
No, it's all your fault. I was told that the contract with Eklon, our business partner, has been cancelled altogether. That's why they made me take the blame and fired me. It's your fault, isn't it?
It's your fault that the deal was cancelled. As the new CEO of Eklon, which makes $50 billion a year in sales, I couldn't just overlook your dishonest behavior.
What are you talking about?
Do you realize how much of a nuisance your actions are to our company?
It's awful that they're firing me. Do something about it.
Do something about it? We have all the evidence we need that you've been groping multiple female employees and committing unforgivable acts. We can't allow you to do that.
Proof of what? What are you talking about?
We have evidence of inappropriate messages you sent to female employees of my company, and we have all the evidence of you asking them out to hotels. And I have a formal complaint from these women. As a fellow woman, I can't allow it.
What? Wait, Michelle, you've got it all wrong. I didn't mean to snap at you. I was kind of upset, so I lashed out.
Oh, is there some mistake? It's all a result of your actions. You should take responsibility for your own actions. It's your own fault that you lost credibility as a business partner and the trust of your employees. It's also your fault for having an affair, isn't it? How dare you try to talk your way out of it?
Do something about it, Michelle. I have nothing left. If you don't do something about it, my life will be over.
I have no obligation to do anything about it. Think about what you tried to do to me. You tried to take away my father's entire inheritance.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's not enough to apologize now.
I'm sincerely sorry about that, so please forgive me. There's nothing left for me.
You need to reflect on your actions. I think you'd better learn to live with integrity. So I don't have a single reason to help you.
Michelle, you're abandoning me?
Abandoning you? No, this is just your time to reap what you have sown for yourself. Please don't contact me again.
Michelle, I really need your help. What am I supposed to do?
Actually, your crimes have come to light.
Huh?
We know you've been spending company money for personal use. You were paying off the woman you were having an affair with, weren't you?
That's,
Everything you did is just coming back to you.
Please, Michelle. I'll take care of you for the rest of my life, so please forgive me this time.
I can't find any reason to help you. I'm divorcing you. How could I possibly help someone who will be a stranger to me?
Oh, don't be so cruel.
Don't depend on me anymore. You're on your own.
Michelle, please, don't abandon me.
I'm not abandoning you. You brought this on yourself, okay? It's the grown-up thing to take responsibility for your own actions, right? So, goodbye. Shortly thereafter, Jack was officially fired from his job because he had lost the trust of his business partners and it had come to light that he had been harassing female employees. It would have been an unavoidable outcome. After that, our divorce became official. Jack had to pay a large amount of alimony, which was a huge blow to him financially, and he was also sued by the female employees of Eklon. Legal problems were piling up. Of course, when the woman he had been having an affair with found out about it, she dumped him and he lost everything. His family, friends, trust, everything was destroyed. He got what he deserved. I, on the other hand, kept the company I inherited from my father. I am now the president of a company that boasts annual sales of $50 billion, and I lead a busy but fulfilling life every day. I would like to keep moving forward with my father's teachings in my heart.
Hey, Amanda, come home early. It's already dinner time. Where the heck are you? Are you playing around? How irresponsible of you that you didn't even cook dinner. Florence, please prepare your own dinner tonight. I told you so this morning. And for your information, I'm not playing around. What did you say? I told you that I'm going home to take care of my father for the weekend starting this week. So please at least prepare your own dinner. I wonder if you said something like that. I don't know if I heard it or not, but I'm stumped. I'm incredibly hungry for macaroni and cheese right now. I don't want to eat the instant version of that because it tastes horrible. Why don't you make it yourself then? What are you talking about? House chores, including cooking, is a wife's job. So you should come home to make it for your mother-in-law. My request should be your top priority above all others. If you have time to make excuses, come home as soon as possible. This is horrible. Are you trying to say that preparing food for you is more important than taking care of my father? Yes, I am. Because you're the one who married my son. A wife has to put her husband's family first at all times. That's what we call the common sense. No way. Shame on your father, Amanda. He let you get married, but he called you back just to take care of himself. How pathetic. I told my father that I would take care of him on the weekends. Please don't blame him. I see. But even if it was you who initiated it, most parents would have said no. It's miserable and shameful to have a child as a caregiver. I'm so impressed with you and your father that I'm now speechless. What do you mean by that? It's embarrassing to have your child take care of you, isn't it? I'm talking about the fact that there are people who are so ashamed to be cared for by their children. As I recall, your father was in a wheelchair, wasn't he? Yes, he was. 3 years ago, he was involved in a car accident, and as a result of the accident, he became paralyzed. He is now in a wheelchair. Paralyzed and in a wheelchair. He's the same age as me, and he's already in diapers. What's wrong with that? I don't see it as a problem, but to be in diapers when you're still old enough to work is a bit of a problem, don't you think so? And to have his own daughter to change his diapers, I would die of embarrassment if I were him. I'd rather jump into the ocean than be humiliated like that. I see. But my father is grateful to me, and I'm happy to be able to show him some filial piety. Even though he was paralyzed in the accident, I'm glad that he's alive. I don't like it. Changing diapers is not the way to show filial piety. It seems that no matter what I say, you won't accept it. At any rate, from now on, please don't talk badly about my family. I'm going back to my parents' house every week from now on, and I'll ask you to make your own meals during that time. If you can't make it, please order a delivery service. Well, I won't allow you to do that. You are my son's wife. That's why our family is your first priority at all cost. Take care of the family you live with instead of taking care of your parents. Are you saying that I shouldn't go home every weekend? I wouldn't go that far, but how about just coming back to cook dinner? If you are a wife, you have to make sure your family eats freshly prepared food, right? Why should I go all the way back home just to make dinner? It takes me 2 hours each way to get home from my parents' house. And you want me to go back to my parents' house after I make dinner? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Your father is paralyzed and can't move anyway, so why don't you just let him sit in a wheelchair for the time until you get there? What a horrible thing to say. I don't want to talk to you anymore today, Florence. I'll leave you with this for now. Derek, can I talk to you now? I think your mother has crossed the line. You should say something to her too.
What's the matter all of a sudden? Cross the line? What did Mom say?
She makes fun of my father's paralysis and says that my in-laws are more important than my father. What is wrong with the daughter taking care of her own father?
Amanda, calm down. Don't be mad like that.
Huh? What do you mean?
I just don't understand the reason why. Mom didn't say anything crazy. There's no need to get so mad.
I beg your pardon?
My mom is right about everything. Amanda, you're my wife. So, as a wife, you have to take care of our house chores.
That's terrible. So you think the same way too?
But more importantly, I need to talk to you. Is now a convenient time for you?
Well, yes. Go on then.
I've wanted to ask you for a long time. How much money do you get if you're paralyzed and in a wheelchair? You said your father already quit his job. As I recall, he can use a disability pension for this kind of thing.
What's with that question all of a sudden? I don't know why you're asking me that, and if I could, I wouldn't want to answer it even between you and I. It's not the kind of thing you can ask just like that.
Oh no, I'm actually thinking about buying a new car soon.
No kidding.
But these days, we're in a recession and bonuses are low, right? So I don't have any money for the down payment, and I'm in a bit of a bind. I was wondering if your father would take this opportunity to give me some sort of financial support.
You're asking help from a paralyzed man? Are you kidding me? I can't believe what you just said out of the blue. I mean, our car still runs perfectly well. There's no need to replace it.
I drive the car to work every day, right? So, I want to drive a nice car to get in the mood to go to work. It's a good way to talk to my boss when I drive a nice car. If I get a promotion because of it, you'll be happy too, won't you?
If you're going to get the promotion, you'd better work hard and do your best at your job. You don't need to ask my father, who is physically disabled, to help you buy a new car.
Don't say that. Your father's rich, right? I'm sure he got a lot of money from the car accident. According to my estimate, I'd say he got at least $5 million.
I didn't know that you even calculate that. I mean, that's just too rude of you.
I don't think so. I'm letting my wife take care of her father, so I deserve to get the compensation of that.
What? Let me tell you this, Derek. I'm the one who wants to take care of my father. I'm well aware that both you and your mother don't want me to do that.
But we're not forcing you to stop taking care of your father. We're letting you do as you wish. As the result, I'm sort of lending you to your father. Don't you think your father should repay us in some way?
I don't think so. It was a huge mistake to discuss about this matter with you. Don't you dare to mention about my family ever again. This also applies to your mother.
Hey, come on.
Pick up the phone. Get back home now. Hurry up. Don't ignore me, Amanda. What's with you all of a sudden? I'm at my parents' home this weekend taking care of my father. You promised you'd never contact me during that time, remember? Except for emergency, right? Just come home as soon as possible. We're in trouble. What's going on? What do you mean by emergency? It's about my mother. She collapsed and is now in the hospital. What? Florence collapsed? I heard a strange noise in the living room this morning. When I ran there, I found my mother had collapsed. She was rushed to the emergency room and is now in the hospital nearby. She collapsed and was rushed to the emergency room? How is she? Is she conscious? Yes, she is. She just woke up a few minutes ago and can talk just fine. But her right leg is completely immobilized. Seriously? Her right hand is shaking and the doctor says that she is paralyzed due to a stroke. Paralyzed? The doctor told me that it might improve with rehabilitation, but he can't guarantee that for now. I'm afraid that she may never be able to move her right leg ever again. I'm in a sticky situation. I see. Even my dad struggled a lot during the rehab, but I wonder if your mother will be okay. It's physically very hard, but the hardest thing in this case is the motivation. How long will Florence stay at the hospital? Will she be moved to another hospital specializing in rehab? Well, she said that she wants to go home as soon as possible. She said that she can do the rehab at home, and since you are a housewife, she wants you to take care of her. Excuse me? The hospital also said that she can either be transferred to a rehabilitation hospital or discharged today. I told the doctor that I'm going to have my mom discharged for home rehab. Amanda, I'm counting on you to take better care of Mom from now on. Hold on a sec. What are you talking about? If Florence is going to be transferred to a rehabilitation hospital, you shouldn't hesitate. If there's a chance of improvement with rehabilitation, she definitely needs to be seen by a specialist. What are you talking about? Mom wants to go home. It's the family's responsibility to make that happen. But who's going to take care of her when she comes home? It's very hard to take care of a paralyzed person. That's why you're here. You can take care of your own father, so you can take care of my mom too. You're a professional, Amanda. It is not going to be any different taking care of two people, right? Huh? You're my wife. You're the only one I can count on. I'm counting on you to take care of Mom. No, I can't do that. Why can't you? I said it's impossible. I can never take care of Florence. If you want to take care of her at home, you can do it by yourself. Hey, don't talk to me like that. I'm serious. Don't be weedy in a situation like this. It would be inappropriate. I don't think so. Huh? The person who made fun of my father so much is now a paralyzed just like him. Serves her right. Florence said that it's embarrassing and disgraceful to be taken care by her children. I thought she said that she would rather jump into the sea than to become the subject of such humiliation. Seems that she hasn't jumped yet. Don't be silly. Your husband's mother just collapsed. She had the stroke and she's paralyzed. And yet, what's with that attitude of yours? Considering what you and your mother have been saying and doing to me, I'd say I have every right to behave like this. What the heck? Let me tell you something. Caring for a family member is a lot harder than you think, Derek. I'm sure you're going to have a very tough time balancing work and nursing care, but good luck. I'm counting on you. What are you talking about? You're the one who have to do the hard work. As my wife, you're going to take care of your mother-in-law. Remember a few seconds ago when I said I couldn't do it? Who's going to take care of someone like that? I think we should get a divorce, Derek. Are you kidding me? I absolutely hate being forced to take care of Florence just because I'm your wife. I don't want to take care of someone who has insulted me and my father so much. I want to stop being your wife. Hey, hold it right there. What are you thinking? Divorce at a time like this? What are you talking about? This is the perfect time for us to have a divorce. What? I'm serious. It's hard enough taking care of my father on the weekends, but it's absolutely impossible to take care of you and your mother every weekday. Really? Caring for my father is something I want to do, so it's fine. But taking care of Florence, Even if I get paid, it's just too much for me to do. Well then, I'll send you the divorce papers later. Please sign it as soon as you receive it. Hey Amanda, what do you mean you're abandoning my care? You're my son's wife, but you refuse to take care of your mother-in-law? This is unbelievable. I'm sorry, but I'm not your son's wife anymore. As of today, I am divorced from Derek. I'm a stranger to you guys. Stop joking around! I'm not. Yesterday, I sent the divorce papers by express mail. Then, Derek snapped, saying he didn't want such a cold wife like me and signed it right away. I'm glad he's such a bold ex-husband. What a thing to say! I can't believe you divorced him in the heat of the moment. My precious helper is now gone. Don't be so depressed, Florence. Derek has declared manfully that he will take care of everything from now on. What? My son said that? He's going to take care of me? Yes, he will. I gave him some advice. He said that it's so easy to take care of you. He was very confident that he could manage both work and your care. Huh? At first, Derek was worried about his future. You are paralyzed and can't move anyway. I told him that since you are paralyzed and couldn't move anyway, if you sit in a wheelchair, you could stay there for hours without troubling him. How rude of you to say such a thing! Then, he said that it's a piece of cake. He said that all he has to do is to sit you in the wheelchair in the morning and then go to work right after that. Even if he has to work late, you are paralyzed, so you won't walk around, and he can leave you in your wheelchair as long as he wants. Oh, no, wait! Don't tell that kind of bullshit care as an advice to my son! Huh? Bullshit? You were the one who said that you were fine with it, weren't you? What do you mean by that? You told me that all the time. You said that nursing is just fine as long as you keep the person in a wheelchair, because paralyzed people can't move anyway. Oh, no! That's not what I meant when I said that! Also, you are embarrassed to have your own son help you with diapers, aren't you? You said you'd rather jump into the ocean than to be humiliated like that. That's why I made sure to tell Derek about that too. You can't jump into the sea on your own if you are paralyzed anyway, but Derek is very considerate of you, so he said that he doesn't want to make you feel that way. Then he said he doesn't have to do anything. He also said that he can handle it by himself. Oh no, wait a sec! I can't go to the restroom on my own! I can't even change a diaper by myself! That's why rehab is the best solution for you. But you said that you can handle that at home. Think of every day as rehabilitation and do your best. I can't believe this is really happening! Also, Derek said taking care of you would be easy. Even though he is now divorced, you're lucky to have such a reliable son. Wait! Amanda! I beg you to teach my son properly about how to take care of me. If you can't do that, at least tell him to call a professional. Tell him that he can focus on his work and leave the care to the professionals. Oh, you mean you want to use a home helper? Of course, I've taught Derek about how to use that too. But he said that it's a waste of money. He said he wants to buy a new car if he can get the money from your insurance. No way! A new car with the money from my insurance? Yes, he has been wanting to buy a new car for a long time. And if he gets the insurance money, he will probably go out and buy one right away. At his company, it seems that if you drive a nice car, you get promoted faster. I'm glad that you were able to use the insurance money to help your son get ahead. I beg your pardon? Well, I'll leave you to it. I hope you get discharged from the hospital soon.
Hey, Amanda, you lied to me.
What?
What's this? Caring for someone is so hard. You said to me that it was easy.
I didn't tell you that it was easy. You misunderstood that by yourself.
Huh?
I was just giving you some advice. You're the one who said it was easy, not me. Don't shift the blame on me.
The way you said that makes it sound easy to me. I didn't know that I have to change her position every hour and also change her diaper. Nothing is easy. I can't do this while working.
Yes, nursing is hard work. But you bought a new car with the insurance money as a reward for doing that for your mother, didn't you? Then, you have to do your best to take care of her.
A new car? I can't afford that for the rest of my life.
What do you mean? You still don't have insurance money transferred to your bank account?
I'll never get insurance money. My mom doesn't have any private insurance. She was so stingy with her monthly premiums that she didn't want to use that kind of thing.
Oh dear, I didn't know about that. Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding about this stuff. So we don't have the money we were hoping for, and mom's only income is her pension. But that pension will disappear if she hires a helper.
That sounds like a lot of work. You have a job, but you can't even ask for a helper.
So, Amanda, please come back to me. Help me.
I won't.
I'm at my wit's end. Mom can't move. She's taking her frustration out on me, and I'm missing a lot of work because of her care. There's a rumor that my company has announced the list of candidates for restructuring, and I'm in that list.
It's just a rumor, right? Don't worry about it. Work hard and take care of yourself. Even if you don't get a new car, why don't you just work your way up through the ranks?
I've worked hard enough already, you know? So this time, you're going to have to work harder for me. Up until now, your allowance has been $300 a month. But if you take care of Mom, I'll increase it to $1,000 a month. I promise, I'll treat you better than I've ever treated you. So please, come back to me.
Of course, I won't go back to you. I don't care how hard you work. This is between you and your parents. I'm a stranger. I have nothing to do with this.
Don't say that, please.
You're the one who said that it would be easy. Then why don't you be a man and give it your best until the end? Otherwise, your mother might really get desperate that she'll jump into the ocean. Well, I don't think she's able to do that by herself anyway. She seems to be the type of person who would survive even if someone pushes her off the cliff.
Wait a minute, Amanda. I've been cold to you, and I'm sorry for that. If you want, I'll even help you take care of your father. So please, don't give up on me.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll block you so you can't contact me anymore.
Huh?
Please take care from now on. Also, give my best regards to Florence too. After that, I heard that Derek changed this job to a company where it is easier to take care of his mother. It seems that he can take holidays easily, even 3 days off a week, but his salary has dropped to less than half of what he used to make. Then, one day, a while after that, suddenly, I received a call from Florence, who had not yet blocked me. She said that since I wasn't willing to help her, she has no choice but to stay at home for the rest of her life. She also said that she's going to hate me for the rest of her life. Anyway, I sent her a picture of the trip with my paralyzed father and blocked her right away. If you and your caregiver have the will to do it, you can do anything you wish for. I wonder when Derek and Florence will realize that.
Caitlin, where are you? Stop playing around and come home now. I'm going shopping with my friends, so drive me there. If you understand, pick me up in 5 minutes. What? Linda? Come on, hurry up. 4.5 minutes left. Sorry, I'm in LA. Huh? LA? As I told you the other day, I'll be in LA from today to tomorrow, so I can't drive you. Excuse me? You're going sightseeing in LA without doing a favor to me, your husband's mother? No, it's not sightseeing, it's part of my job. You're not working. No, I do write novels for a living. It's just a poem for fun, a hobby anyway. I'm sure the money for this LA trip is coming from Robert's earnings. You're a wife and you're going sightseeing without your husband. How cheeky. No, this time it's a work-related expense paid by the other party. Don't lie obviously when you're not working. A housewife has no work-related expenses. I'm not lying. I'll make sure to tell this to Robert. Yeah, I don't mind. Huh? He knows. That means you told him and he was against it, but you forced to go to LA. No, he said it's okay. Don't lie. You're just making it up as you go along and pretending that he said yes. Oh my, such a no-good wife. I wonder why such a troublesome and useless wife came to our family. Before you got married, you seemed a bit timid. You tricked me, you evil wife. I don't think I've changed compared to the time before I got married. Don't talk back to me. Maybe it's time to get divorced, huh? Divorce? Yes, that's right. You're so bad at being a wife that there's nothing left to do. Tomorrow, when you get back from LA, I'll start retraining you. Retrain? Listen, this is your last chance. I'm going to be very strict with you, so be prepared. Okay. Linda, please give me back my laptop. It has important writing data in it. That's why I took it away from you. Because of this thing, you think yourself as a great novelist. You sit in front of the computer and type all day long, doing meaningless things. I found out in the past few days that it's the biggest obstacle in the way of your training. I told you that novel is my job. I guess I'll have to start by eliminating that delusion. You know what? I'm confiscating this computer. Please don't do that. I have a deadline coming up and I need to work on it. It is more troublesome that you are a bad wife. Listen and obey me. If you disobey me, I'll destroy this computer and make you divorce. Oh no. Robert, I'm sorry to bother you when you're working. Can I talk to you?
Yup, I'm on my break. What's wrong?
Your mother took away my laptop.
What?
I've saved all my writing data up until yesterday in the cloud. I was about to back up the last chapter which I was writing today when she took my laptop. I tried to rewrite it on my subcomputer, but she took that away too. I tried to get them back, but she said she would destroy my computers if I disobeyed.
So she has both of your computers?
Yeah, I could write on my phone, but it would slow me down, and I don't know if I could meet the deadline.
That's not good. Your deadline is the day after tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take care of that, but damn, she keeps bullying you and now she's interfering with your work? She's turning into a monster as the years go by. What a pain in the ass.
She does it when you're not around.
Sounds like so. I've already caught it all on the cameras. After my dad passed away, you thought of her and agreed to move in, and now she disrespected you?
Robert, thank you.
Huh?
For being on my side. If you hadn't been here, I would have lost my heart long ago.
Don't worry, I'll always be on your side. What's the point of being a husband if you don't protect your own wife?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. But seriously, maybe it's time to move on.
Time for what?
Caitlin, you should get out of that house now.
What?
Do you have money for the train to San Diego?
Yeah, it's about $35 one way, so I'll be fine.
Okay, I'll arrange a place to stay. Oh, and the computer, I don't think I can get them back.
It looks like they're in your mother's room, so it might be a little difficult.
Well, I'll ask the editorial office if I can bring one.
Hey, Robert.
I'll take care of everything else.
Well, thanks, but I think she's watching outside my room. If I try to go outside, I'm sure she'll say something and take me back in.
I see. Then I'll call my mom. If I tell her I'm going to talk about something I don't want you to hear, she'll go into her room. You can come out when you're ready.
Okay, I'll hurry up and pack my stuff. Can you give me about 10 minutes?
Okay, call me when you get to the station. I'll pick you up. We'll talk about the future then.
Yeah, okay. Caitlin, I thought you were stuck in your room all afternoon. Where the hell did you go? Answer me. If you disobey me, I'll have you get divorced. I'm already divorced. What? Didn't you hear from Robert? Since you wanted us to divorce so badly, we've discussed and did so. We've already done the paperwork. It was accepted without any problems, so I'm no longer his wife. Oh, really? What's the matter with you? You're acting so fast all of a sudden. You're usually a slow learner, but you had guts, didn't you? I still have some things left over there, so I'll go get them when you're not around. I'm sure you don't want to see each other's faces. Well, okay, I'll accept it. It's a bad look to leave ex-wife's personal belongings behind. So thank you very much for everything, even if it was only for a short time. I see that Robert has finally realized that this marriage was a mistake. That's my son. I don't think we'll see each other again, but take care. Yes, goodbye. Robert, I heard that you got divorced.
Mom.
That's my son. I'm glad you understand how your mom feels. That no good novelist-like woman deserves to be divorced by you. I'm making a dinner for you tonight to celebrate your divorce. I'll be waiting for you with roasted beef, your favorite.
Yeah, well, anyway, I'm done with work. I'm going home now.
Oh, by the way, I was thinking of introducing you to the right young lady for your next marriage. Come home soon. Robert! Hey, where did you go? When I woke up this morning, all your stuff was gone. Did you go on a trip somewhere? I didn't hear about it.
Mom, I got remarried.
What? Remarried? Oh dear. Oh my God, you did? Well, that's good. You want to enjoy your new married life, right? I know you don't want your mom to be around. If you're remarried with that young lady, I can stand to live alone for a while. Let's move in together around the time you have a child.
Why are you getting so excited all by yourself?
Because that lady suits you. Compared to that ex, it's like chalk and cheese.
Hey, I've never met that girl.
Huh?
It seems that you set up the blind date, but I heard she went to Germany for an overseas assignment 2 days before the date.
Really?
In other words, you're just being smug. Please don't bother everyone.
But I did it for your sake.
When you say it's for my sake, did you bully Caitlin because of my sake?
Huh?
If you thought I didn't know anything, you're too dumb. It's really sad that such a foolish person is my mother, and that even now that I've left, that foolishness hasn't changed at all.
Robert? What's wrong all of a sudden?
Yeah, right. Honestly, it seems no use to keep on complaining about it forever.
Seriously, what's wrong with you? You're not the kind of boy who would use that kind of language towards your mom, are you? Are you angry, perhaps?
Yes, I am angry. Let me get back to the topic. I remarried Caitlin.
Huh? Caitlin? Why her? You divorced her. Why would you remarry that no-good wife again?
Mom, you said she was a parasite. You said that before the divorce, and you said it now again.
Yes, because she was being supported by you, but she pretended to be a novelist, and yet she stayed in her room and fantasized. She kept doing all that meaningless work over and over again. And the top of it, a trip to LA.
That LA trip, it was a book signing to celebrate the release of her new novel.
What? A book signing? What are you talking about?
Mom, did you forget what I do?
Well, you're an editor at a publishing company.
Yes, I told you when I introduced Caitlin to you. She's one of the authors I work with.
What?
That's why we started dating and got married. I'm sure I told you that, but I guess you didn't listen to me.
Really?
So, Caitlin was not pretending to be a novelist. She's a real novelist. And she's a best-selling author. Oh, and I saw her book on your bookshelf, the entire Dragon God Tale series.
What? She's the author of those books? That's not true. Her name is different.
When you work as a writer, you use a pen name.
Oh no, if that's the case, you should have told me sooner. My son's wife is a best-selling author. That sounds wonderful. I need to tell my friends right away.
It's too late.
What?
Mom, our divorce and remarriage is preparation to break off the relationship with you.
What?
I'm taking Caitlin's surname from now on.
Huh? Wait, what do you mean? You are our child. You have to have the same surname as us. Even your dad has passed away, and he will be sad if you get a different surname.
I won't explain why this happened, but I'll tell you, this is all your fault.
Robert!
And Dad's family took over his grave.
Huh?
It's better to pass it to them instead of you who never visits his grave. Well, goodbye then.
Robert! Robert has always been fed up with his selfish mother. He felt he had reached his limits when he found out how she was bullying me, and he was thinking about breaking off the relationship completely. And then about Linda. First, she came to my parents' house suddenly, but they happened to be out of town. Next, she barged into Robert's workplace, but he looked down at her with an icy cold blank expression and asked, "Who are you?" This seemed to be a knockout to her. She left in a daze with a look of despair on her face. She is now living alone and lonely in an empty house. She has completely become lonely since her husband's grave was passed to his family, but she deserved it. Robert and I have a new house near my parents' house in a suburb in San Diego. We hope to continue to get along well with each other and build a happy and joyful family. Caitlin, have something important to tell you. It's really, really important. Please listen carefully. Are you ready?
What is it, Fiona? Don't be so formal.
Please don't make fun of me. I'm serious.
Oh, I see. Sorry. So, what is it? Something really important?
I heard you got divorced the other day.
Oh, yeah, yes I did.
That's very annoying.
Oh, that's an important story? I mean, why is it annoying?
Actually, my husband and I and your father were talking about moving in together at your parents' house. Your room is vacant, so I was asked to use it as my room. Matt would go back to his room where he used to stay.
Oh, really?
But you got divorced. If you live there, there will be no room for me. So I don't want you to come back to your parents' house. I will be kicked out, so please don't make it happen, Caitlin.
I have no plans to come back to that house.
Huh?
I'm divorced from my husband, and it's only temporary.
What do you mean? What do you mean by temporary divorce?
There was a bit of a mess with my husband's mother. In order to get rid of her, we decided to get divorced and remarried. My husband would join my family and take our surname. We've moved and got a new house, so you don't have to worry about me moving in.
Oh, I see. I've lost my mind worrying about it. If that's the case, it's fine. My husband and I and your father will live happily together.
Also, my father won't be living with you guys either.
What? What are you talking about?
I'm just telling you that's what has been decided.
Please don't make jokes.
I'm not joking. I'm being serious from the bottom of my heart.
What? How do you know that your father won't live with us?
The house where he used to live, I mean my parents' house, has been put up for the sale.
Huh?
He started living in a new house with us after we divorced and married.
What?
My mother passed away 2 years ago, and I was worried about letting him live alone all the time. So he decided to take this opportunity to move in with us.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I didn't tell you.
What? Why didn't you tell me? Are you treating me like an outcast just because I'm your brother's wife? Isn't that awful?
Fiona, do you think I didn't know anything?
About what?
Matt, he quit his job, didn't he?
What? I thought he kept it a secret.
I probably never told you this, but my husband's friend is the president of Matt's former company.
Then,
I heard that he was taking office equipment and making them his personal items, and skipping work at a cafe when he was out of the office, bullying and injuring the company's newbies. It seems like he was fired because of that.
Caitlin, that's not true.
What? Did I say something that's not true? You guys are both unemployed and have no money to live on. So you've decided to force my father to move in to get his retirement benefits. Tonight was the night you decided to move in, right?
How did you even get all those details? I was so careful not to let anyone know about it.
It seems like Matt was leaking it out like he was doing good at it. He said now he can live comfortably on his dad's money. If you were so careful not to leak anything, you should have covered his mouth first.
What? Seriously?
Yeah, Matt's friend thought it was a bad idea and let me know.
Then please let us live in at your new house.
Why would I do that?
We've already taken the necessary procedures to move out of our apartment. We won't have a place to live by the end of the month.
Oh no, I can't do that.
Why not? It's a big deal that your lovely brother and his wife might end up on the street. Are you okay with us becoming homeless?
Huh? Lovely? Matt and you? You have to be kidding me.
Caitlin?
Have you guys forgotten what you did to me and my father? The way you wore my wedding dress for cosplay and ripped it to shreds. You cut my mother's jewelry, a memento of hers, and remade something. You also sold off my father's collection without permission. The total damage was about to be $10,000.
I apologized for those, didn't I?
I said I wouldn't forgive you if you didn't let them go back in original condition. You haven't returned anything, have you?
Because I can't give them back, so no choice. I don't have $10,000 to pay you.
Then you would understand there is no reason for us to forgive you, right? That's why I've decided to break off our relationship. You'd better do something with your lazy way of thinking about life and get a real job. My father and Fiona did whatever they wanted to take advantage of my father's shock at losing his wife. In order to save my father from such a situation, we decided to take this action to settle the matter together with the mess with my mother-in-law. Later on, I heard from someone that Fiona was furious with Matt for leaking the plan of living with my father. After a big argument with things flying around, they ended up divorcing. I have not been able to ask him about the details of what happened to them after the divorce, but it seems that they lost a lot of friends because of this incident. I heard Matt works day labor and Fiona became a stripper. Well, they chose to work and live by themselves instead of being parasites, so I am sure it was a good decision for me to break off the relationship with both of them.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!